freedom of choice to choose whomever we want to support. And that's the beauty of democracy.
The beauty of democracy, you and I can agree on. My fear is that you got folks in control right now who have launched a full-scale war against democracy.
And I'm agreeing with you, but I'm speaking to a few callers back when he asked you had you watched the video on CJ.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I had an opportunity while waiting to look at it. And the young man is a very bright, sharp, African-American young person. He's very, very sharp. When you see it, he's very articulate. He went into a piece that he supported Bernie Sanders. He was initially supporting this guy down there in Florida. What's the guy's name? I can't call it.
Marco Rubio?
Yeah. And then he started supporting the independent guy.
Bernie Sanders.
And now he's with he's a supporter of Trump. But my point is, it's like being a football team and you one-dimensional. And I'm speaking to African Americans. We don't need to be one-dimensional.
I agree. If you're saying black folks don't need to all be Democrats, I agree 110% with that. But I don't think anybody, black, white, or other, should support a party that elects a president who used blatant racism and xenophobia and divisiveness and hatred to get elected. I think that goes beyond politics.
No, I'm agreeing with you. We're on the same page when it comes to that. All I'm saying is, as African Americans, we need to lighten up on each other because we make a choice that's different from another person, and we begin to, refer to them as in derogatory terms. I'm saying people have a choice. Like, it's like if everybody got mad if blacks were a Democrat. But that's what they choose to do. And I'm saying, I don't agree with that.
Are you saying that as black folks, we get too mad at black Republicans? We get too mad at those black conservatives? Is that what we're really saying here?
Right, that's what we do, and I disagree with that. I'm saying we should not be one-dimensional. Because when we, at the end of the day, the Democrats have not supported black folks in terms of meeting their needs.
Amen.
We talk about it every day on this station. Yes. I just listen to them, and we tend to be collectively, reactionary people instead of taking action. I mean, because to me, if we're going over the same thing that happened 50 years ago, that's an indictment on us.
Let me see if I can put a ribbon around this, Leon. And I appreciate the call. You brought up a lot of excellent points. I agree with what Shirley Chisholm said a long time ago. She said that we shouldn't have permanent friends or permanent enemies, just permanent interests. And I agree with that. I don't think that we should be beholden or loyal to the Democrats or the Republicans or the Greens or the Independents or any other party. But I think that our interests as African Americans should be a guiding light for our political movements and our political concerns. Why? Because if you look at our plight in this country, it is so affected in every area by race that if we attack this racial problem, we will solve a lot of our mutual problems. And it doesn't mean we have to love each other and agree on everything. But if we look at simply what happens in our community and decide that those are the problems that we've got to address, and the best way to do that is for us to come together and to decide what those problems are and what we need, and then go to political parties and say, this is what we want. We are active voters. What is your platform? I think we'll get better results. What do you think? 313-778-7600. And I think I tend to agree with you, Leon. Sometimes we are very, very harsh on black Republicans and black conservatives. And I disagree with them vehemently. But I'm not going to hate them. And I don't think it should devolve into hatred. All right, let's go back to our phone lines, 313-778-7600. Let's see what Isaac has to say. Isaac's on line 2 right now. Hey, Isaac, how you doing this afternoon?
Hey, my tree-hugging friend.
My right-wing reactionary Republican brother, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I'm just fine. First thing, I keep telling you, this is a republic, not a democracy, and this is why everything's going crazy. Secondly, I'm a retired military man. We need a parade, okay? But not that kind of parade. The kind of parade we need is a paycheck raise so we can parade to the bank. Those military men are not getting paid like they should be paid to risk their life, Cliff. You understand this here? Anybody that went into the military, is something wrong with them when they get out. Either they bad back, bad knees, bad eyes, bad lungs. When you go into battle, Cliff, you carry 100 pounds of gear on your joints, on your vertebrae. Mm-hmm. You got wall-to-wall noise. Cliff, you couldn't begin to believe the noise when you're in a firefight.
I'm with you. You're preaching to the choir to me on this one, Isaac. I agree that military personnel need to be paid more.
We need a parade. Cliff, we need a parade straight to Bank One. Okay? That's the kind of parade that we need.
I don't disagree with you on that one, Isaac. You know what? That would be better than a military parade, the one that Donald Trump wants.
Well, the one he wants is different from the one that we need.
I agree.
All these military people are underpaid, Cliff.
I agree. In fact, I think there's a whole lot of people that are underpaid that should be in that parade. Military people, working people, a whole lot of folks are not getting paid what they deserve to be paid.
Okay, last thing, Cliff. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic, not to the Democrat, for which it stands, the republic, okay?
Right.
End of story. Goodbye, Cliff.
All right, nice to talk to you always, Isaac. This is a republic, but it is a democratic republic using democratic means to elect representatives, thus making it a democracy. And I think that democracy is what is under attack in this country. Look at all the voter suppression and all the gerrymandering. You got Supreme Courts ruling in states that the Republicans have to redraw the districts because they cheated so bad in the gerrymandering. That's what's going on in this country. 313-778-7600. I always enjoy talking to you, Isaac. Let's get back to our phone lines, though. Dale is on line 6. Hey, Dale, good afternoon. How are you doing? Dale, are you with us? Dale going once. Dale going twice. Dale is gone. Let's go back to our phone lines. And Viola is on line 4. Hi, Viola. How are you this afternoon?
Oh, I'm fine, Cliff. You know, I had to call because this situation with Donald Trump, it reminds me of Adolf Hitler. And a lot of people, maybe if they go into the history, they will see when the military over in Germany, Hitler had those Gestapo soldiers and the brown people, the brown coats and whatever, marching through the street. And then he also did a wall. Trump is talking about building a wall. They built a wall in Warsaw, putting the Jews behind this wall. And he's talking about the integration, getting rid of different people. The same thing Hitler did. The gypsies, the Jews, 6 million Jews. This is almost a replay of what Adolf Hitler did. And I don't know if you agree with me, but every time I listen and hear something, it sounds identical to Adolf Hitler. And that's all I have to say.
I will say this, and I appreciate the call, Viola. When I first heard Donald Trump talk about the lying press or fake news, it reminded me of Adolf Hitler and his mantra of the Lügenpresse, which means the lying press. His attacks on the news media in Germany, the journalists in Germany, was immediate, just like Donald Trump was, and that was eerily similar to me. And I'm like you. If you know your history, then what Donald Trump says is not strange to you it is familiar with things that have been said in the past. Let's get back to our phone lines, 313-778-7600. And let me see. Oh, Rick is next. Rick on line 1. Hey, Rick, thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
Hey, Cliff, this is me again. This is going to be real quick. Only because the guy here called and gave a rebuttal on what I said about young C.J. Peterson. And only thing I was saying, he said we ought to be more, what he was saying, flexible or something like that last caller. But listen, Cliff, I'm going to say this and I'm out of here. C.J. Peterson is a young little kid who just said that Trump has did in 1 year more than Obama has did in 8 years.
He sounds like a young fool to me. I don't care how well he speaks. If he started out supporting Marco Rubio and then went to the independent candidate, Bernie, and then came back to Donald Trump, he sounds like he's young and dumb and somebody that they polished up and put out there to try to impress somebody. Now, I haven't seen him yet, so I really am not in a position to talk about this guy. But come on now.
His name is C.J. Peterson.
See, I'll check him out. You know, just because somebody talks nice and is articulate doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about.
He's talking about Trump did more for black people.
Right. How old is he? 13 years old? What is he, 13 years old, I heard?
13 or 14.
Well, come on. He's not even old enough. He's not even old enough to know fully what he's talking about.
Trump has done more for black people than Obama did in 8 years.
Where are his parents at?
I only asked you because I was asking you, Cliff, isn't this a scary trend that's coming up now?
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I was trying to... Okay,
absolutely. No, I appreciate the call. I hear what you're saying, Rick. Now, I got to hear this guy, C.J. Peterson. Come on. I don't care if he was 33 and went out there talking about how Donald Trump is the best thing for black people, then he is confused. Anybody, Donald Trump or anybody else, who has used racism and hatred and divisiveness to gain power, by definition, cannot be good for black people who have borne the brunt of racism and prejudice and bigotry. What kind of foolishness is that? Do I have time for another call or two? I got permission from Miss Rachel. Let me hurry up and go to Harry, who's on line 5. Hey, Harry, good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, Cliff. Good hearing you. I was just wanted to chime in. I always try to kind of pull you back to look at the big picture, and you're really going in on Trump today, and I kind of agree with your other caller, and I just wish that we didn't have to be so one-dimensional about things. I wish we could talk about...
Well, what am I missing about Donald Trump? Clearly, you think I should soften up on him. Clearly, you have some support from him, just in what you said so far. What am I missing about Donald Trump? How am I not being fair to Donald Trump?
Well, I don't want to criticize you because you're a friend and I have a lot of respect.
Oh, and I appreciate that. And that's mutual, but you have permission to criticize me. Please do.
Well, I have always considered you a journalist, and as such, journalism used to be a thing. The divider between journalism and entertainment is that journalists would not be one-dimensional. And what I mean by one-dimensional is somebody says, there's a guy in Pennsylvania that supports Trump. You'll say, well, I don't see how anybody can support somebody who's been a racist. That's